Summer of 24, had an unfortunate accident, Portland, Oregon, on the backstretch, running black and silver 55 Bel Air at 140, just about ready to reach into fifth gear. The back end of the car got light, started sideways. I chased it down the track. I didn't catch it, headed straight into the wall. I can't say enough for building a strong car. And the only thing that was going through my head at the time was, damn, I just wrecked my car. A car that I'd worked really hard at putting together. Okay, I'm thinking, I just wrecked my race car when I drove into the wall, slapped it sideways, and then now I'm headed down track. Thinking this is good, I'm gonna stay out of the racing line, nobody else is gonna hit me. Well, then the thing hooked and started for across the track. At this point, I'm trying to steer, the steering wheel is locked up, and the brake pedal goes to the floor. It severed the brake line in the right front. Brake pedal's going to the floor, I'm in it for a ride.
So from where I was driving, my dad was just far enough ahead to where he'd kind of disappeared around that backstretch. Got a slight bend in Portland on the backstretch to where you can't see the end. And he was just far enough away to where I didn't see him go off track. He started around there and seeing a big dust cloud. I was thinking maybe somebody touched a couple of wheels off. Didn't really register with me that somebody might have crashed, and let alone that it was my dad that was in front of me. And then I see his car coming back across the grass towards the track, and the thing that caught my attention was, why is the door open? By the time I got closer and closer, I was like, holy shit, he hit the wall, he crashed.
And then I'm sitting there, I'm watching the steam come out from under the hood. There again thinking, damn, I just wrecked my car. And I look back through the open passenger door and didn't even realize the door was open. But I looked back at my son, who happened to be the first car behind me, and I look back at him and he is flailing his arms to get me out of the car. So, chokes me up even right now. I think that crash probably affected Kyle more than it has me.
And then at that point, I'm looking through my dad's open passenger door, trying to give him a thumbs up to see if he's good, if he's responsive at that point. And I can see him moving around. I think he's okay. And then like that, the back of the car catches fire. And at that point, I'm panicking, trying to wave at him to let him know that, hey, your car's on fire. He's still strapped in, and he doesn't even know the whole back of the car's in flame.
So I reach for the door handle, and in the mirror I can see this big, huge wall of fire.
I grab my fire extinguisher because he doesn't realize it yet, and I run over and wasted my whole extinguisher on the ground over there on the car trying to get it put out, which didn't even put a dent in it at that point. And he's getting out, luckily.
So then I ran to the passenger side of the car, got the fire extinguisher out of there, and the fire was too big. It was not, my fire extinguisher wasn't gonna do anything.
It was a crazy experience to be able to watch that. And then a panic, because nobody ever wants to watch somebody go up in flame, let alone their father. So it was a little heart-wrenching after the nerves settled down.
I walked away with bruises over my shoulders from the shoulder belts. I actually bent the bolsters in the Corbeau race seat from when the car come around and hit the side of the car and ended up on two wheels.
Grateful for the stiffness of what the Speedtech chassis is. Don't know how many people are familiar with the stock 55 through 7 chassis, but they are flimsy. I mean, I found out that they were built to actually manipulate and twist over bumps to give a better ride. They weren't firm by any means. If that crash would have happened with a stock chassis, this wouldn't be a light-hearted conversation, I'm sure.
So, damage done to the car with a Speedtech chassis. The way the chassis is put together, gusseted inside, plated, the front end of the chassis was compressed, it was pushed over, it was pushed up. The engine mounts were bent. The headers hit the frame on both sides, collapsed the headers, but nothing collapsed to the point where it got into the firewall. The rear, when it slapped the wall, it pushed the back half over, I don't know, probably 1.5 inches towards the driver's side. Now, if that had been a factory 1955 chassis, more than likely would have folded right there, kinked the chassis right into the transmission, and allowed that front tire and the engine to come through the firewall. It would have gotten real tight on my feet and legs. I'm afraid I'd have been seriously injured on a factory chassis.
Everything worked and did its job to make it to where he could step out and walk away from that.
With a combination of all the safety gear and an incredibly strong chassis, I walked away from that crash. Was able to run away from the fire, but the safety gear by far did its job, kept me from getting hurt. The chassis kept the engine out of the firewall, and things coming in to get me. I can't say enough for building a strong car.